All right, so this is going to be the central nervous system. This is the spinal cord. To orientate, this is some type of vertebra. And this is adipose tissue that's acting as a shock absorber to protect the sensitive spinal cord. This is the back, and this is the front. So this side is facing your chest, and this side is facing, you could actually feel this part if you rub your back. Anyway, this is the part that we're really going to be focusing on. So this right here, let's begin with the dorsal or posterior root. It's just this line, dorsal or posterior root. And the way that you can know that is if you know this is the back, this is closer to the back, all right, than this other one, which is going to be your ventral or anterior root, okay? Now this is the dorsal root ganglion. And you know a ganglion is a grouping of cell bodies. So this is the dorsal root ganglion. All right, and if you remember that it's a grouping of cell bodies, it's kind of intuitive that it would look something like this. Then we're moving into some of the more abstract features. We have the dorsal or median sulcus. All right, and then we have the ventral and the ventral or anterior median fissure. So a fissure is always deeper than a sulcus. So if you remember that, you know, dorsal is behind, dorsal median sulcus is going to be right here, and the ventral or anterior median fissure is going to be right here, and it's also going to be deeper. And it's really these two things together divide the spinal cord into two hemispheres, kind of like what you see in the brain. Right in the middle is that little hole, and that is the central canal. Okay, very important. Central canal. All right. Next, we have the gray commissure. And to be able to understand this, this is gray matter. All of this. I'm going to tell you the names of these things, but for now, just know that this is all gray matter, and this is all white matter, everything around it. So this is the gray commissure. And the gray commissure is like a bridge. You know, and right in the middle of the gray commissure, you have the central canal. But it's literally just this part that connects these two masses of gray matter. So gray commissure or just the commissure. So moving into the actual sections of the gray matter here, we have the dorsal or posterior horn. This is the dorsal horn right here. Right here, excuse me. This is the dorsal horn. And then we have the lateral horn. And lateral, you know, means, you know, further out to the side. So it's this, just this little part where I'm circling are the lateral horns. And then this is the anterior or ventral horn. So dorsal, lateral, ventral. And this is pretty easy if you know, like, which side you're looking on. Like, I got a little bit confused at that point, but then I just remembered, oh, this is the back, this is the front. And you could kind of figure it out from there. So that's all of the divisions of the gray matter, but the white matter, which you see surrounding the gray matter, has its own names as well. So we have the posterior median sulcus, okay? Posterior, again, means behind. Behind, so no, posterior funiculus, excuse me. I don't remember why I said sulcus, so, okay. Posterior funiculus is this portion right here. The lateral columns, okay, and then the ventral anterior columns or funiculus. So the anterior funiculus is this. Let me just show you up and close. This is the anterior funiculus. This portion are your anterior columns or funiculus, and then this section right here is your dorsal posterior funiculus. And then of course you have your lateral, okay? And you might not have to identify them on this specific slide, but there's another one that's specific to the spinal cord. So that's everything for that.